Welcome to FBB Forum. My name is David, and I appreciate y'all for tuning in. If you like this content, please be sure to like, subscribe, and follow the FBB Forum Instagram and YouTube page. And the links are listed below in the comments. I also want to thank my friend, the awesome 2024 Olympian Susan Matheson Graham, for recommending my next guest to the podcast. So I'm very pleased to welcome the amazing IFBB figure pro, Maggie Rivera, to the podcast. Maggie lives in Wenatchee, Washington, and has been competing in bodybuilding since 2013. Maggie earned her pro card this past July at the NPC Universe, where she placed first in the Masters 60 and over figure division. And stay tuned to find out where she'll compete in her pro debut. Welcome, Maggie. It's really great to have you here. Thank you.
Hi, thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Yes, good to see you.
Nice to see you and meet you.
Thank you. So you're not in Wenatchee now, you're in Idaho, I believe?
Yes, I'm in Idaho. My great-granddaughter will be baptized tomorrow. So I had practice with my coach today, and then we drove down to Idaho.
That's awesome. Very cool. How far is it from home?
4 hours, because we're over by Coeur d'Alene. We're in Plummer, Idaho.
Oh, cool. That's not too bad though. 4 hour drive. Yeah.
No, it's not.
Now,
Other than we had to make a detour because we went from Wenatchee to Kennewick, so I could meet with my coach, and then from Kennewick to here.
Oh, really? Oh, very cool. Oh, so you had a pretty busy trip there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we're going to talk a little bit about it later, but I know you have a show coming up soon.
Yes.
Yeah. Now, in terms of getting started in bodybuilding, I was curious if you had an athletic or a sports background before you started.
I played high school sports, and then I did teach aerobics in Quincy when I lived in Quincy for a while, for about 5 years. But other than athletic, like other kind of pro athletics, no.
In Quincy, Washington?
Yes, correct.
Oh, very cool. I was curious, how did you get started in bodybuilding and who convinced you to do your first contest?
Well, I started because I was going to be my 50th birthday, and I wanted to do something different because on my 40th I did a marathon, and I did a couple of those, and I thought, oh, I'm going to be 50. And I've done a couple of the I don't know if anybody's familiar with the Gold's Gym contest. It was like a weight loss contest, but you did posing at the end and you follow like a strict diet. And so I was like, I want to do a bodybuilding show. And my weightlifting partner at the time, Jackie, she's like, I've done one before. She said, I did the Gold's Gym contest. I lost all this weight, and then she went like from 245 to 120. And she's like, I've done one before. You want to do it? And she goes, I'll do it with you. She goes, I've been wanting to get in shape. And I said, okay, let's do it. So we started doing it. And at the time, our trainer was Chance Harris, and he owns CrossFit in Wenatchee. And he was like, I can get you guys the workouts, but as far as the diet and the posing, there's not too much I know about that, or I know some. So we got ready to do Candy Johnson's show in March in Vancouver, and then I had a family emergency, so that didn't work out. And then there was one that's going to be in Wenatchee in October. So actually that ended up working better for us because we started doing that one, and then the owner was like, hey, there's an IFBB pro physique lady that's moving back, and it was Susan Matheson. And so she said, so we hired her, and she got us in shape, and we got ready to do it, and we did our first show in October.
Wow, that's so cool.
Yeah, it was really cool.
Excuse me. So you kind of got hooked on bodybuilding. You stuck with it.
Yes, I did. I got hooked on it. I stopped for the year COVID. I didn't do it, and I was like, I'm happy. I've done a few years. That's cool. And then my niece was going to do her first bodybuilding show in Las Vegas, and because she lived here in Las Vegas, and she's like, come on, Aunt Maggie, do it with me. It didn't take much convincing, believe me. I was like, okay, I'm in. And so I got back into it, and last 5 years I've been pretty consistent at competing.
That's so cool. That's awesome. Yeah, and to get your pro card, that must have been a thrill to get your pro card.
Oh yeah, it really was. I thought, who gets their pro card at 62? I wasn't really familiar with how it happens. And so then I was like, hey, because Susan had recommended me to, because she does physique and I did figure, and she could do all the dieting and everything. And she's like, I used to have a coach in Kennewick, and it was Tino Robles, and he does posing. And so she goes, "You're going to go to Las Vegas, so why don't you hit him up?" And so she gave me his information, and then I contacted Tino, and I started with him with just posing at first, and so then I went to Las Vegas.
Oh, in terms of competing for the.
Yeah, competing, uh-huh. And
Oh
so
yeah,
when I started in Vegas, and then I just kind of like from there I started doing it more and more often, and I really liked it because he actually offered the diet, the workouts, and the posing. And so I had everything there, and I was like, oh, okay. So it really made it easier, and it was really nice. And to know that he traded Susan was even like, whoa, this is super cool.
oh yeah, that's
Yeah.
so cool. Yeah, yeah, Susan, I remember, I think she got her pro card in 2013 also, or 2011, I forget. I know it was
I
back.
think she got it. Yeah, she got it. I think it was a year or two before she actually moved back to Wenatchee. Because if I
Yeah,
started in 2013 and she had just moved back, I don't know how long she had actually had her pro card.
yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, she's I think she's pretty thrilled to be doing the Olympia this year. So that's a, and do you think you might be able to come see her compete?
I hope so. I want to bad. I said,
Yeah.
and she's one of my favorite people, and so I was like, oh, I want to go watch her so bad.
That's awesome. Yeah. Now I was curious, do you have a fitness role model that you look up to?
Well, I like Susan. I follow Susan, and I follow Christina Mendoza,
Oh yeah.
and Yashenia.
Which one?
Yashenia, the wellness model,
Oh yes. Oh yeah. Oh, very good.
with
Yeah,
the
that's great.
killer glutes.
Yeah, I know. That's true. Her glutes are amazing.
Uh,
Yeah, I like
and
Christina
she's
Mendoza too. She's really great. Yeah.
Yeah, I had the opportunity to take a posing class from her so far, and just like she's just super cool. But my posing coach is Tino because we do the whole thing. But I thought, oh, I'm gonna give her a call and see. And she was actually full, but she squeezed me in, and I just kind of want you to help me with my presentation a little bit, and like. So, but because Tino tweaks it, and I go there every Saturday, and he'll like we do all our posing, our 3/4 turns and stuff.
Very cool. That's awesome.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's very cool. The yeah, I do think that she's one of the better posing coaches in the business right now, and she's been pretty successful too. So
Yeah,
yeah,
she's super cool.
yeah, she is. Yeah. Now I was curious when you first got up on stage in a bikini for the first time, were you nervous? Was it kind of nerve-wracking for you?
It really wasn't. I competed when I was in high school for junior miss. And so I did a lot of modeling. The only thing that was really nerve-wracking was when I would have to, practice posing at the gym and the members would see you. But when I got on
Oh,
stage, I had the jitters of being on stage, just like competing, but not really the bikini part.
oh, do you get nervous on stage now though, or how do you feel now when you get up on there?
I the first time I was at Night of the Champions, I mean, not Night of the Champions, at the Emerald Cup, I could feel how you feel your legs quiver.
Yeah.
And then after that, I got a little bit used to it. And then I went to nationals, and the first national time I went to national, I was a little nervous. And then the next two times I wasn't nervous at all. But I think I'm going to be really nervous for the my pro debut.
Oh yeah, that's a lot of anticipation. I bet that's exciting for you.
It
Yeah.
is. It is. I'm like, I hope I'm not nervous. I hope I can keep the same thought process and personality get there, and I think, hey, this is what I got.
That's great. You'll do great at that. Yeah. And I
So
know we could talk about that now in terms of pro debut. You're talking about doing the Sasquatch Pro.
yeah, the Sausage Bowl next week, in Federal Way is where I'll do my debut. I'm pretty excited. They do amateur in the morning. I was looking at the list of events, and then way in the afternoon. So I don't know if that's all the way they all work. It's like I said, this is my first one, but this is good. It's
Is
I've
the
never like just gone on stage just in the afternoon, but it'll be
oh, I
fun.
see. Oh
Mhm.
yeah, because of the way they do the timing and stuff. And
Yeah,
yeah,
because I'm used to going on in the morning,
yeah.
prejudging, kick back, go back in the evening for the show. But I was looking at the list of events, and it's like in the afternoon at 3 o'clock is when I'm on stage.
Really? Wow. That's kind of,
Mhm.
yeah, that is kind of unusual. That's kind of nice not to have to do the early morning stuff though, you know, you can sleep
Yeah,
in.
I know exactly. Except you have anticipation. At least when you get up, it's showtime. I'll get up and I'll have to wait till the afternoon.
Oh, I know. And
And
Federal
so,
Way, that's near Seattle, I think, isn't it?
yeah, it's by Tacoma, by the airport.
Oh yeah. Oh, very cool. Yeah. Is the and you're going to be are you doing open or masters or do they have
I
masters?
am doing masters, but I signed it. I thought about it last night, and I thought, I put in a contract for open.
Oh,
So
really?
that was
Great.
last night. I haven't checked my email yet to see it because like I said, this first time I've done pro, and I didn't know you had to fill out a contract first, or and then they let you know if you can do it, I guess.
Oh yeah, that's great. What is it, just one masters division or do they have multiple?
They have for you mean for bikini and figure and or
Oh, by age group though too.
oh 40, 45, and 50.
Oh, cool. What are you
Yeah,
gonna do? Which one are you gonna do or
50.
oh, very cool. Oh, that's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I like I said last night I put in my contract for open.
And I before the interview we were talking and I mean you look like you're in really good shape. So yeah, I know you're only a week out, right, from the show?
Yeah.
Wow, that's exciting.
Saturday.
Yeah, that's awesome. No, congratulations. And yeah, best
Thank
wishes to you
you.
there. I bet you're
Thank you.
excited about it.
And I was gonna wait till Emerald Cup figure pro in April, and then I thought, why not just do it now, Maggie? I
yeah,
thought, yeah, so
yeah,
okay.
might as well. I think, yeah, you look great.
Thank you.
Yeah. And no, and that so it's July was so it's been like 2 months since you got your pro card.
Yeah, because I just started reverse dieting, and then I was like almost ready to get on my regular diet, and then I was like, I'm gonna do this. And so I called Tino and I said, I want to do it. I want to go with you guys to because another girl, Crystal Shockley, got her pro card at the same time I did. And
Mhm.
so she was gonna go, and I thought, can I go with you guys? He goes, of course you
Oh yeah.
can.
Very cool. That's awesome. That's yeah, that'll be great for you. And have maybe good cheering section too, do you think? Get a
Oh yeah,
get
because I love the team concept. And we have a really big team. It depends on where they're going, but
yeah.
we do that. And that place is just like family. Everybody's always ready to help each other, support each other. I love the team concept.
Yeah. That'd be cool to get we were talking earlier, you were in a local TV news story about when around the time of the universe, but they're gonna have to do a follow-up story on you for your pro debut, I think.
And guess what I did try to be do that because he asked me when I did the interview, and when you train, because I started in the off season in November, and so then by the time I got to the show I was like, oh, I am so tired dieting. And he's like, when are you gonna do your pro show? I said, oh, everybody's gonna go to Sasquatch, and then they're thinking about Lake Tahoe, and he goes, are you gonna go? And I'm like, no. I don't think so. I got lots of things going on because I did have my anniversary in July. So after the show, we went to Las Vegas, and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna eat and I'm gonna do all this kind of stuff, and well, I still had a reverse diet, so you don't just eat.
Uh-huh. Yeah, yeah. No, you gotta be careful, don't you? Yeah.
Yeah, and then I was like, oh, you know what? This is the way I regularly am anyway. I don't really pig out all the time, so and that's what I thought. Just do it. So then I called them up and I said, guess what? I want to do it. So,
That's awesome. No, that's
but
very
yeah,
cool.
during the interview, I told him I wasn't going to do any more this year until probably Emerald Cup, but then I changed my mind.
It sounds like you're kind of like a local celebrity now because people recognized you from the story. Yeah.
I know that's funny. As like when you're like at Costco or someplace and was, hey,
Hmm.
are you that girl on that TV station, or didn't I see you? And I'm like, oh wow, I mean, you gotta say thank you.
That's so cool. I'm
It
gonna
is.
try to track down that story too and include the link down below. So yeah, I hope that I'll try to find it for sure.
Okay.
Yeah. Um, Now in terms of your experience at NPC Universe, what was that like? And did you I mean I'm sure you had a good time, but how was the show backstage and the promoters and everything?
Oh, everything went so well. It's funny how they're like, oh, number 44. And you're like, hey, I'm right here.
Uh-huh.
But they want everything in order, and like they line you up like a half hour ahead of time. Are you glazed? And it's and so it's like me and Crystal were there, and my coach was there, which is really nice because. And he just was back there just checking on us constantly. You need more rice, you need more, this, keep eating rice. And he's like, okay, now pose for me, so the youths were, it was still fresh when you got out there. And everybody is so nice. They're ready to glue you. It's so organized, and everybody's just ready to go.
I bet it was crowded too, wasn't it? It must have been looked like a lot of ladies were there.
Oh yeah, I cannot believe how all the national shows are so crowded compared to your amateur shows that you go.
Oh,
When I went to California, there was so much security back there. I mean, even the competitors couldn't get back without getting your bags checked.
really?
And then,
Wow.
there were so many people at the universe, and it was just like, and there was a lot of people. It was fun though.
I bet. That's very cool.
No
Um,
room in the back.
that's what I've heard from a lot of those shows like that.
No room. You're like, you have this much room to get your little bag in there and a little blankie, and you're like waiting. Mm-mm.
I've heard that the North Americans is kind of like that too. It's a little crowded in the back, but also, well-run show though too. So yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna go to, because last year I went to Miss Universe, the Universe, NPC Universe, and then this year I was gonna go to that one, the North Americans, and then I was like, oh, I I I didn't know that Tina was gonna go, so I thought, I'm familiar with Jersey. I know how to get to the plane, get off the plane, I know how to get around the show and stuff. So I went back there,
Mm,
besides, I really liked it. I liked the Hilton, the Marriott, they're right across from each other, and it was so
yeah.
organized. So I thought, you know what, I'm gonna go back here. So, and I'm glad I did.
Yeah, it worked out, didn't it? Yeah,
Mhm,
that's
mhm.
nice.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Now, in terms of competing, have you always done the figure division? I think we talked a little earlier about this, but you also did women's physique.
Yeah, I started with women's physique because that's what Susan did. And
Yeah.
so and to me, I didn't even know when I first did it, and I was 15, I wanted to do something. I thought everything was physique or bodybuilding. I didn't
Mhm.
know that there was like wellness, bikini, figure, until we did physique with Susan. And then I did the one in Wenatchee, and then I did one in Vancouver. And then Susan suggested I try figure, and then I fell in love with figure.
Great. You don't mind the
But
heels though?
yeah, no, I don't mind the heels at all. I kind of liked it. And so, but then last year I thought, you know what, I'm gonna give this at Night of the Champions in Spokane, I'm gonna give this physique thing another chance, another try. So I told coach, I want to try physique, and he's like, let's do it. And he's so easygoing. He's so willing to work with you, whatever you want, he's gonna try his best to get you there. You got to do your end, and he does his end. But
Oh,
then on the other hand, he'll also tell you like, you're too little. But anyway, I did it, and I did physique and figure last year at Night of the Champions in Spokane, and I got first in both. So I was like, oh, cool. But I knew that I still was not big enough to take it to nationals, the physique part.
oh, I see what you mean. Yeah, no, I
Yeah,
understand that. Yeah.
I
Um,
thought,
so you wouldn't rule out doing physique again, do you think? Or would you try it as a pro?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I really don't know. But me, last minute, like I did for this.
Oh yeah, no, no, that's cool.
Coach may hear from me next week and say, guess what?
Uh-huh.
So
I like I as a fan, I just like physique because you get to do all the posing and it's the kind of creativity involved with the posing routine and everything. I think that's really neat. So
Yeah, and then the night show, you use the creativity there with your, the
Mhm.
muscles and
And maybe even a pose down that, they get to do pose down
oh
sessions.
yeah, that is fun. That was fun when we did that pose down. It was like that was really fun.
Pose downs are
I
so
like watching
cool.
the guys do it though.
Oh yeah, the guys, yeah, I know those are cool watching them.
Uh,
Now, in terms of doing masters or open, do you have a preference or in going forward with your pro career, are you going to do both?
um, I had planned on only doing masters, but like I said, I put the contract in for last night for open, so I'll give it a try and see.
Yeah, see how you stack up. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true.
Mhm,
And
mhm.
especially with your being a pro debut. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
something
think
like
it's
that.
worth a try. Definitely.
I think so too. And it was Susan's idea too. She's like, just try it.
Oh, that's terrific. Oh, that's
Yeah.
great. Yeah.
She
No,
goes,
especially
she asked me the same thing. She goes, are you gonna do masters or are you gonna do open? She goes, you should give open a try. You should really try it. And I'm like,
it's worth a
yeah.
try, definitely. I think it's a good idea. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
No, that's exciting. I'm excited for you.
Me
Um,
too.
I was curious, have you sought out judge feedback and have they given you any feedback on where they think you need to improve your physique or your presentation?
Um, I don't I've never ever looked at the cards or anything because after each show, we usually meet with the coach and then he just kind of goes over everything with us and then where we need to improve and he knows where he might need to add a little bit to the diet or maybe change up the routine a bit. But
Real.
I've never checked my cards. But I have we have a meeting afterwards after the show with the coach.
Oh, cool. Yeah. I
Yeah,
didn't
so he must read those cards and stuff, I'm pretty sure.
I didn't know if have you ever talked with the judges though, or
No, I haven't.
no, I'm just curious because I know sometimes
Because
the
they say you can, but at the end of the show, when they're ready to leave, and there's so many people back there.
oh, I know, yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
No, I just find it, I think it's kind of cool that the judges will talk to you or
Yeah,
either,
and they're open and they'll tell you that during the meeting, we're open, after the show and stuff. And I mean
yeah,
they've been there, they've been all day, they've been, just checking physiques and stuff, and they're willing to, go over stuff with you.
which is great. Yeah, I think that's
Yeah.
really good. Yeah. And the nice thing with pros, you don't have as many competitors to contend with too, at least it's not like the universe where you got just hundreds of people,
Oh,
so
really? This will
yeah,
be my first one, so it'll be cool.
yeah, yeah,
Cool.
definitely.
Yeah, like I said, like when you go to nationals, you don't have a roster to look at and check out. And you were telling me that they do have one the Monday, right? Before for pro.
Yeah, it's usually the Monday evening before the show. So if it's like on a Saturday, it's the Monday before. And
Okay.
yeah, no, definitely look it up and see and you can check out the full list. And then they also will post the results there too. They'll actually put the scorecards
Yeah,
there. You
I've
can,
seen Susan post hers before, so like
yeah,
who
it's
she's
worth
coming
looking
up
to see.
against.
I think it's good that they post all that info because it's kind of NPC and IFBB kind of being transparent, too.
Uh-huh. Oh yeah. Hmm.
Yeah. I wish they would do that with the amateurs too, but yeah, I've never seen them post the list before there. So I'm
I
not
know
sure.
because I always used to like see the roster when I went to the amateur shows, and then when I would go to nationals, I'm like, you didn't even know who you're going to compete against or anything, I guess. And then you're like, you get back there, and there's like 20 of you. You get back there, there's like six of
Hmm.
you.
Uh-huh. I know. I'm surprised they don't do that. I don't know why. But yeah, might be just too many ladies, I guess.
I know and there is a lot. Like I said, there's no room back there at all.
Yeah.
And
I
no
know.
TVs. I used to the ad when you go to the amateur show, they have the TV screens up and you like can see the show and there's none.
Oh, really?
There wasn't any in California, and I was like, whoa, I didn't even know. It was weird.
There's like not enough room for TVs. It's just too tight.
Probably not. Probably not.
I was wondering if there's any advice you could provide to ladies who are seeking to earn their pro card. I know it takes a lot of hard work and dedication, and it took you I think 11 years of perseverance to get it. But what advice could you provide to ladies who are listening in?
You know, it does take a lot of dedication, and but when I was with Susan, and she'd like get me ready and stuff, and the best advice that she gave me that I can give to other ladies is that the last time I had signed on with her, she said, what I need you to do is go to the doctor, a naturopath. She gave me her naturopath, and check your hormones, your thyroid, your testosterone, and then we'll go from there. Because if we don't know that stuff, then it's like spinning our wheels or taking a stab in the dark, or
Mm,
and I thought, okay, so I went in and got my blood work and stuff, and sure enough, my thyroid was a little off, my hormones were a little off, and my testosterone was at zero, so it was
mm,
weird to thought testosterone, but as an older person, people need that kind of stuff, so
yeah.
um that's the advice I would give other ladies, is to definitely check your hormones, your thyroid, testosterone, if you're going to get into this. That way you know where you're at.
That's a good idea. Yeah. I've heard
Yeah,
that before from other ladies that the blood work is really important to check just for overall health, but I think it kind of helps you on your bodybuilding career too,
oh,
to
definitely,
yeah.
definitely, yeah. And I
Mhm.
mean, I didn't even know that, I thought, because I would you'd get your physicals at a doctor and they do that kind of stuff, but they have their scale is like out here, or a
Mhm.
naturopath is like they want to pinpoint it right here.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
I know we have in Tampa we have a kind of famous place that does blood work for bodybuilders, Titan Medical Center, and they I know that they do work like that that's specific to bodybuilding and kind of looking at those hormones and you know thyroid and everything for your blood work. So no, I think that's important to do that for sure.
yeah, and I think that's probably the starting point and the most important.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. I agree. No, that's good advice.
Yeah. Besides the dedication, I mean, you really have to be dedicated to succeed. You gotta have the time.
Yeah. I know that's tough. I think that's the toughest part is the dedication and just being the sacrifice you have to do too. I mean, it's a lot of sacrifice to be a bodybuilder for sure.
Yeah, and I'm really fortunate because my husband and my family are amazing. They will like if we would go on vacation, always make sure that like we went to Orlando, I was off season prep, but they got an Airbnb that had a gym,
Mm, yeah,
and regardless of where we went, we had to make sure that there was microwaves and stuff for mom, a kitchenette and a
right.
gym. And if we did some kind of family thing, they make sure that my food was there's room for my food, and that and so they're really good.
That's terrific. That's great. They have
Mhm.
supportive family like
And
that.
my
Yeah.
husband's the best. The other day I was it's funny, a little story, but I was like, where is he? And I thought, because I usually eat dinner before he gets home, because I'm retired, and so I'm like early to bed, and he'll get home and he's like, and he's like, what are you doing out here? He's over by the pool. He goes, eating my burger and fries. He goes, I
Oh,
don't want to tie you, make you feel bad.
oh, I see. Oh, he's
I
looking out
said,
for you.
I
Uh-huh.
know. I said,
That's
oh,
good.
that's okay. He goes, I know, but you're right at the end. And I'm like, no, I can handle it.
Oh, that's sweet though. He's looking out
Yeah,
for
he
you.
is. He
Yeah.
does. And if he has like one time I was in his he's a lineman, and so I went in his truck to get something. I was like, he had all his cookies in there and everything.
Oh, really? Uh-huh.
He didn't bring him in the house. He's really good.
That's really sweet. I like that. Actually, looking out for you for sure.
I know.
Yeah.
And if he loves oats, what are those days? He's just like, watch his TV.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, now you mentioned having a coach. What's your coach's name?
His name is Tito Robles, coaching from the Tri-Cities from Kennewick.
Okay. And
And
is
it's from Pac Gym. And our team is Tito Robles coaching Pac Fit.
how do you spell his last name?
Robles, Robles.
Okay, cool. I'll make
Mhm.
sure to include his link or his Instagram down below so people can check him out.
Oh yeah, I mean he has the whole thing. He has the diet, like posing, and the workouts. He has with his package, I don't live in the Tri-Cities, so I have an online package, but I do go there every Saturday for posing and a workout. And they have what they do is they work out 5 or 6 days a week, and he does it different times in a group setting.
Hmm, nice. What's
And so
oh, go ahead.
oh, so I kind of they'll put their like the workout, not the workout, but as they're working out on Instagram. And so
Oh,
then I can like some of the team members, and then I can see what they're doing that day, like if they're doing 5 by 5s or 10 count or 16 count, then I'll know, oh, okay, that's what I'm gonna do my workout as today.
oh, very nice. That's
Yeah.
great.
Yeah, it's really cool. It's got a cool thing going on there.
How far is Wenatchee from Tri-Cities?
2 hours and 18 minutes.
Oh, it's a little bit of a drive, huh?
Yeah,
Yeah. Uh-huh.
every Saturday, but it's worth it.
That's great. No, yeah, that's great that you can go see him every Saturday. And
Yeah, I think I'll miss a couple Saturdays here and there for family things, um, but other than that, most of the time I'm there. If when I once I sign my contract and I'm there for the a 12-week contract, I'll pretty much be there most of the time.
oh, I understand. That's nice to
Mhm.
be able to see your coach in person, that often too, I think. So,
Yeah, because the pictures I can send the pictures and I'll like send them my progress photos and I'm like, man, these are kind of like okay, but I can get there and be in the lighting. And as we're posing practice, it's like way better. And I can see how that's easier for him to
yeah.
change my diet up and stuff that he can see me and instead of just the photos.
I think that makes a huge difference. Yeah, I've heard that too. That, yeah, definitely. I understand that.
And I think only one show that he didn't come that we had to do FaceTime. And it was so different compared to having him there all the time where he can give you the skin test and stuff.
Yeah. No, no, that's cool and it sounds like he's a good coach too.
Yeah, because he'll go back there and he'll just check in. And I don't know how he does it because he's like, I want you to up those grams of rice like 10 more grams or take down 5 grams or keep eating rice every 20 minutes, or something. He goes, and so it's like, wow. And you just stay full the whole time, unless he takes you
Yeah.
back to the front way too early, then you're like, uh-oh.
Oh, yeah. I'm always impressed by the coaches because they do kind of know the formula to kind of get you looking right. And I don't know exactly how that works. So it
I
is
don't know either, but they know what they're doing.
yeah,
And
that's
it's
true.
weird that every coach back there, when you're back there, they all had like different ideas.
Oh yeah, that's true. I know. And they all have kind of their own formula and stuff. And
Because I'll look
yeah,
back and I'm like, that's not what I'm doing, but you know.
I know. Yeah, no, that's a good point, actually. Yeah.
Mhm.
Now,
So
do you have a posing coach too, or do you work with him on that?
Tito does the whole thing. He does my posing and everything. But I did take a session from Christina Mendoza, and she's like just kind of the flow and a little bit on the presentation. I've taken a session from her, but Tino's the one that puts it all together.
Terrific. That's great. Is he taking on more clients now or?
Oh yeah, he's always open for client. I just brought somebody from the gym down there, and she was really impressed. And I think she wants to do wellness. So she's 6 weeks out, and he's like, we can try. He goes, but
Ah,
I'll do my part, you do your part, and we'll see if we can get you there in 6 weeks.
really? Wow, that's cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but she's pretty fit anyway. So
Now, you mentioned that Susan Graham was your first coach, and I was wondering, how long did you work with her?
I worked with her. I think we did like 7 to 9 years together.
Wow.
Um, because we started, like I said, I started when I first wanted to do in 2013, and then we did a few shows, quite a few shows with her.
Hmm.
And then like I said, she I was gonna go to Las Vegas and she's like, I can give you a coach that I used when I was in Tri-Cities, and he does coaching, posing, and he probably help you with your figure posing. And so then I looked him up and I just kind of just stay there because everything was together. So and Susan was getting ready for I think her first powerlifting. She was getting into
Oh,
powerlifting.
Yeah.
And
Hmm.
so then, so I just took the whole coaching package from Tino, and I just stayed there.
Oh, that's very cool. That's
And I
awesome.
fell in love with the team concept. I fell in love with his style, um, everything about that he had to offer.
Yeah, he sounds like a really good coach. Yeah.
Yeah, he is really good.
Yeah. I know it. I don't think Susan's just doing nutrition coaching now. I don't think she's coaching for
Yeah, I don't think she's doing any
competition.
personal training. She said, I think she's just doing nutrition because I think
Yeah.
some of the girls at the powerlifting gym use her for her powerlifting diets.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Um,
Yeah, said she really changed her physique when she did the powerlifting. I think she definitely put on more size and seems more competitive now too, you know.
oh yeah, yeah. Did you see her latest post where she's like, whoop,
I
each with the
know. That's
big
impressive, isn't it?
broad
Yeah.
shoulders.
I know. I'm really, yeah, really impressed with her. I think she looks terrific. So
I
yeah.
know. I can probably wait to see her.
Yeah, no, she's looking great. Now I was curious, what would you say is like the most challenging aspect of prep for you?
Probably the end when you're like that peak week and you're tired and you start to dry out the muscle, and that's where I'm at right now. I'm like, oh, I'm so tired. And like
I bet.
we'll start real peak week on Monday.
Oh, I bet you're tired. Yeah, I bet. And it's getting,
Yeah. And your workouts get tiring, and but um I think that's like the hardest part, the last part.
have you been getting sleep and stuff too? I know sometimes the sleep is an issue for,
Oh, you get anxiety, and you're like tired, and you don't know if you're going to bed early enough, and you're like, oh, you got your cardio, you got so many things stacked up, and you're still posing, putting the finishing touches on your posing, and but
mm,
I think the end is the hardest part. You would think that the beginning when you're like got, all that weight you have to put on, and
hmm.
the weights are heavier, but
Hmm. No,
I think that the end.
I can totally see the end being the toughest. I would imagine that. Yeah, it seems
Yeah,
like,
because it takes a lot of time. You got, like you said, you got your cardio is a little bit more. You're trying to get through your weight sessions, but with less food and less, trying to dry out the muscle at the same time. And then you can't miss your posing practice because you got to pose. And it's like the last part is it's so time consuming, and you kind of like don't remember that you have a family. You're like, hey, you got to get through all this other stuff.
yeah, I understand. I know that I don't think I could do it myself. I mean, I admire y'all ladies for doing it because that's got to be. I know it's got to be really hard work and like I said too with the sacrifice too. So yeah, I
Mhm.
admire you for doing that. Um, I already asked you about ditching the heels, so I want to ask you about that one. But I was wondering if you could give advice to ladies who are looking for a good coach. Like, what should they be looking for?
I myself, I like the whole package. Like I said, somebody that's going to give me the posing. So I'm not here for posing, here for diet, and here for the weight training. You kind of do that anyway because I mean I have it through Tino everything, but I still go to a different gym, and my trainer's there. And so I use a trainer, Tino gives me my workouts. So whatever he doesn't touch, I still have to do the workouts that Tino does. And then the posing. So I think somebody that really knows what they're doing, and you can tell right away, you're not like testing the water, you're doing this, changing that. And so I think when you can get the whole package
Hmm.
with the
Yeah,
posing and the diet and the workouts.
that's great. Yeah, a lot of there's not, sometimes you don't find that, finding the whole package like that, and you have to find a separate posing coach. So I think having somebody that can do all of that makes it a lot easier, probably.
Yeah, and I think it's easier for him too because kind of has control of everything.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Yeah, that's true.
Mhm. Yeah, so he kind of has control of your diet, and he knows what you're doing for workouts. He knows how you're posing, or why that shoulder's dropping and not coming up all the time. Or he knows,
Yeah.
like, when you send in your photos, I bet you, let's see if she worked on that, keeping that chest up when she's making her quarter turns instead of like drooping it down, you know.
Hmm. I was thinking too, the fact that you get to see him every Saturday, I think is really helpful too.
Oh yeah, somebody that you can see. And that's what I liked about Susan because I could see, when I used to train with Susan because I would go to her house to train right there because she used to have her gym in her house.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Reps, and so she could see you all the time.
Hmm.
And there was no cheating because Wenatchee is small. If she seen you, if she seen you, one time, I'll tell you another story. One time, she doesn't know this either. I think we were by Pybus, this outdoor market thing. And I had just finished a show and I was buying a hot dog. And she's like, oh, get yourself a cheat treat, huh? And I'm like, no, it's for my husband. I told my husband, didn't I tell her that?
Oh, you were bad.
I said, first of all, I'm not a prep. Second of all, she probably could care less that I was eating a hot dog.
Well, I don't know. You better watch out. You better gonna get in trouble there. I was thinking you were going to say the donut shot or something like that. Like, oh,
Here's a hot dog. My go-to always used to be nachos.
oh, nachos. That's good stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then now lately it's the last couple years it's been hamburgers. You
Oh,
just don't
yeah.
have a whole hamburger. You have like lean meat and rice or something, but like the hamburger with the French fries and everything. So that's usually what I
Um,
have right after the last few times.
that's what I've heard from many competitors. Actually, that's their favorite meal after the show. And yeah, that's good stuff too. It's tasty. So.
Yeah, it used to be that I was so lean before, I had a little bit more muscle and a little bit bigger. I was so lean that my coach would always say, okay, you better go eat a hamburger tonight because tomorrow's the show. And then, you get there, he goes, oh, you're still a little bit too flat and lean. You better eat a stack of pancakes. My other favorite, most favorite. And then it was like, oh, and then at lunchtime break between the night show and the prejudging, like you better eat another hamburger. And I'm like, man, I took all the fun out of the hamburgers.
Oh, I understand.
That doesn't happen anymore. It's rice.
Oh, yeah, I understand that.
Like,
Yeah.
you're
No,
like, no,
that's,
rice and fish, continue rice or fish.
I know the monotony of that would drive me a little crazy. I'm like, oh, I don't know. Oh, man. Um, so in terms of your husband, is he a bodybuilder too?
No, he is not. He just likes to work, fish, watch sports. He's pretty easygoing. He
Great.
goes to the gym, but he's like, I don't know how you do it. He goes, I could never do that. He goes, I could never stick to a diet. Like I told you, the cookies in the line truck. And he goes to the
Well,
gym when he wants to go to the gym and how long he wants to go to the gym.
oh, I see. Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did, but it sounds like he's really supportive of you and your bodybuilding efforts.
Oh yes, 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 he is.
That's terrific.
I am so fortunate. I am so fortunate.
That's awesome. Very cool. Um, and you mentioned you must have kids and grandkids, right?
Yes, I have 7 grandchildren, one great grandchild, and 3 children.
Wow, that's amazing. Wow. So
Mhm.
you're a real muscle mama then.
I know. I'm like, I think they like the idea of having a Mimi Pro. They call me Mimi.
Oh, nice. Very cool. That's
Mhm.
awesome. And are your kids supportive of your bodybuilding efforts? What do they think?
Yes, they are. Yes, they are. All of them. All 3 of them. They'll attend the shows, and if they can't, because of the kids, with their, activities, they will live stream it.
Cool. Do your grandkids like flex for you? Like trying to be
Yeah,
like grandma and stuff.
yeah. My grandkids. I have a 19 and an 18-year-old, and they're really big fans. And I have one that lives in Wenatchee. His name's Benny, and he's always like, Mimi, look at my muscles. Mimi, guess how many sit-ups I can do? And he'll say, one time it was really cute. He told me, Mimi, I'm thinking I'm gonna have you train me for wrestling. And I said, Benjamin, I don't know any wrestling moves. And he says, no, the muscle, so I can win at wrestling. I'm like,
Oh,
oh,
nice.
okay.
That's awesome. Wow.
Yeah, he's a cutie.
Did you end up training him or did you help him?
Yeah, he goes back there. He'll go because we have a gym in the at the house, and so he'll go in there. He'll work out. He does really good.
Really?
He's pretty athletic.
Wow, that's
He's
terrific.
only 6. He'll be 7 next month.
Oh wow, that's so cool. That's
Mm,
cute. That's yeah, that's a cute kid too, I bet.
yeah, and all my grandkids are pretty athletic. I just have one that plays flag football today, is making all the touchdowns, and Lucas is like the swimming, and he loves soccer.
Nice. That's very cool. That's awesome. I was curious how long have you lived in Wenatchee?
I have lived, well, I wouldn't, okay, so I lived in Quincy for since I was 6 months old. And then when I was 21, we moved to Wenatchee.
Wow, so you've been there for quite a
So,
while now.
yeah, I've been there for quite a while, huh?
Yeah. Is there much of like a bodybuilding community there? I know like we talked about, it's kind of a smaller town or smaller city.
It's a smaller city. There's I like I said, there really is because I can go to bodybuilding shows and I'm like, hey, that's the girl from the gym. Just because we don't use the same coach and stuff, but there's a lot of people who they bodybuild.
Very good. That's great. Yeah.
Yeah.
It looks like a beautiful place too. It looks like with the
Oh
mountains and
my
everything.
God, it is so pretty there. There's so many things you can do. Like the my favorite part about this fall summer prep is that you can do your cardio outside.
Oh,
And
nice.
you know,
Yeah.
'cause we got the mountains right there, so we can hike.
Uh-huh.
You can kayak, you can swim, you can ride the loop, you can ride your bike, you can run. It's just everything's there.
Nice. That sounds really nice.
Yeah,
It's like freaking hot and humid here in Florida. It's just you wait for the summer to end, just but
it's
it
hot
is
there all the time, isn't it?
well, it's nice like when it's, in the fall and winter, it's and even part of the spring, it's really quite nice. But summer is a slog. It's just you always get the swamp ass going on.
I know we went there in July twice, and it was hot. And then, but like everybody's like, "Why would you go there in July?" I know. I go to Vegas in July. It's the vacation time.
Oh yeah, that's hot too in Vegas in July. I
Oh
know.
yeah,
I've been
we
there.
went for our anniversary this year, and it was so hot. I think it was 117.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
I
That's
think I woke
crazy.
up one day and I was gonna go run at 4 o'clock in the morning. It's already 107.
Wow, that's crazy.
I
Yeah.
know. I was like, I don't think so.
I don't think I'd like that actually. That's too damn hot.
It was hot. But when I was in Florida, I went out for a run, and it gets light there early. We were there in July, I think it was like 3 something in the morning,
Hmm.
like 3:45, and I would like get my shoes on and go out for a walk. And I was like, oh, because I would walk to the gym, and I was like, whoa, it's already hot out here.
Oh yeah, it is. It's just so sticky. It's just,
It was
100
sticky.
200% humidity. Just so yeah. And we haven't had the rain like we usually do. Usually the rain you depend on that to cool things off, and we just haven't had as much rain as usual. So
Oh,
yeah.
really? Because last year we were there, I think twice while we were at Disney World, we got rained out.
Oh yeah, I would say probably more so in Orlando. They probably get more rain there than
Oh, okay.
yeah. It's the middle part of the state really gets a lot of rain. So yeah. Um, I was curious, do you ever find yourself like target of like fit shaming, and I'm kind of amazed that bodybuilders have to go through that because y'all should be praised for your hard work and sacrifice. But how do people react to you as a bodybuilder?
I haven't. I don't, and I was thinking about it. I was like, maybe it's because they think like, holy crap, that lady's 62 and she looks like
Oh yeah.
there's no way we're gonna shame her.
Oh
But
yeah.
I haven't experienced it
Good.
myself. Everybody's like, cool, and how'd you do that? Or how do you do that? Or they'll ask for advice. I'm like, clean diet, buddy.
How about do you have deal with trolls on social media sometimes at all or anything like that?
No, I don't think
No?
I I must not be that cool yet. So
Oh no, that's cool though. No, I mean it's good that you don't have to deal with that because I think a lot of ladies it kind of gets them down and makes them feel kind of yucky to hear that kind of negative feedback. So um and yeah, you look amazing for 62. Definitely.
Thank you. Yeah, and mine is it's not even shaming. They're like, holy cow, lady, you know. I'm like,
Yeah, they're just amazed by you. That yeah,
mhm. At
that's
this
great.
point, maybe if I was like 30, like, but that's a long time ago.
Yeah. Would you say is Wenatchee kind of a fit kind of city, or is it?
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Our parks and everything. The gyms are always full, and
Mm,
um, I think I would call it a pretty fit city.
that's great. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
cool. I bet.
It's cool. Like when you go hiking, you like have. I can see these like 80-year-old people just hiking, the mountain there. It's like
Wow.
a 2 mile hike. Some of them are 6, but they're just like always out there. It's always packed.
Huh. That's cool. That's nice.
Yeah, it is really nice. I like it.
Yeah. Um, I was curious, as a competitor, do you have any ideas like how we can get more fans to come to the bodybuilding shows? Because I've been to several shows that, just have very, low turnout and they're big shows too. And I'm perplexed as to why that is. But how do we get more butts in the seats, for bodybuilding shows, do you think?
That's one thing I didn't have an answer to because like I've only been like the ones in Washington are
Yeah,
like Apple Cup and it's always packed. Night of the Champions, that's such a fun show. That was usually packed.
really?
But I think the only time I've ever seen empty seats is like the prejudging.
Oh yeah, prejudging often is yeah, it
Yeah,
was
and that's
good.
what I like at the shows that I'm at, but all the evening shows are packed, especially like Emerald Cup,
Yeah.
Night of the Champions. That's usually at the casino.
I think that I do find it seems like the amateur shows get a better turnout than the pro shows, but I wonder if that's because there's so many competitors for
That's
NPC
true. That's
and
true.
maybe they're bringing a bigger cheering section or bringing more family and friends and stuff. But yeah, you might notice that it's the pro shows that just the attendance isn't as good as you might expect.
Oh, this will be my first pro show, so I'll see.
Yeah, yeah. No, I'm curious to see what you experienced there
Mhm.
and I agree that prejudging, I don't understand why the prejudging doesn't get more people. I know sometimes it's 8 in the morning, so that could be
That's true.
could
That's true.
be
It's rise and shine.
so people aren't awake yet.
Yeah, because you can go like the prejudging, you'll like, you go watch your friends from the back and come in, and you're like, holy cow, there's nobody here.
Yeah, I
And
know.
then like the night show, it's packed.
I know it is. It's definitely better in the night show, and there's a little more pomp and circumstance, I think, with the evening show for sure, anyway. But
Hmm.
I just think prejudging is interesting because you get to really see the comparisons and
Exactly, right, right.
Mhm. And you also you kind of figure out who's first and second and third, based on
Hmm.
where they place them. So,
Yeah,
um,
because usually if I have to do a live stream to watch a friend, I usually just watch the prejudging on the live stream,
mhm.
and then like, okay, I'll run back and forth to the kitchen or whatever. Like, okay, she's up, let's see how she placed or whatever.
Yeah. Now, you know what I mean? You can usually tell what based on how close they are to the center there and first
Mhm.
call out. So.
Yeah, first call out, move him to the center constantly.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Now I was curious, do you remember back when bodybuilding was more on TV, like on NBC and ESPN?
A little, because like I said, I didn't follow it till I was like 50. Um, but do you remember Corey Everson?
Yeah, yeah,
That
definitely.
was that was my favorite, and I bought her book, and I thought, where is that book? Because I wanted to bring it to show it to you.
Oh yeah. The
Because
body
I
shaping
know I
book?
still have it somewhere, but that was my first bodybuilding book that I had ever bought. That I was really like, oh, she's so cool.
Oh yeah, her body shaping show that was on ESPN was a great show,
Mhm.
and yeah, and I think that introduced shows like that, but also the competitions being on TV. I think introduced a lot of people to bodybuilding, and I just would like to see it back on TV again to try to get it out there to the mainstream population because I think it inspires people to start competing or start getting to the gym.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
But I wish it was back on TV and and ESPN, has 100 channels or whatever, they could stick it in there somewhere, so.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
Yeah. Sorry, I'll get off my soapbox on that. Um, I'm almost done. I was just curious if there's anything I missed that you'd like to address or anyone that you'd like to shout out.
I did. I wanted to thank Tino and for always taking me on and helping me succeed. And he always told me like, yeah, we can get you a pro card. I'll get you a pro card. We can get you a pro card. We just gotta work harder. And sometimes he would be a little grumpy, and I was like, I don't think he likes me, but I knew he liked me. He
Yeah.
just wanted me to succeed. And he said we would get there, and we did. And my coach, Chance Harris at CrossFit, he trains me, and every day he's like, okay, Max, you're having a bad day. It's not one of those days. Just we're gonna do a couple things and go home.
Oh yeah.
That's a good trainer. And I want to do a shout out to Susan. She's going to compete on the 11th of October, right?
Yeah.
Um, and I want to tell her good luck.
Oh yeah, I'm excited for her. Yeah, she's gonna do great, I think. And I'm hoping for top five at least, I think she'll get
Yeah.
good. Yeah.
After yesterday's photos or last night's photos where that I seen that back and
Yeah,
that V taper. Oh my gosh. It's
I know.
beautiful. It's beautiful.
It's impressive. Yeah. And even since
Mhm.
like 4 months ago, I mean, yeah, she's really improved her back, I think, and her shoulders too. So yeah, I'm excited for her.
Yeah. I want to wish her tons of luck. Shout out to my coach, Tito Robles Coaching.
And tell me the name of your trainer again?
I'm Chance Harris, and that's at our gym that I work at, CrossFit Performance in Wenatchee.
Oh, cool. Chance Harris. Okay, cool. I'll look
Mhm.
him up too.
Okay.
And I was curious if do you have any sponsors that you'd like to shout out, or are you interested in getting sponsors?
I am interested in getting soccer, but I don't have it.
Oh, cool. Yeah, no,
Uh,
that's cool. Well, folks listening in maybe, can refer you to a sponsor. That'd be nice. Yeah.
yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah. Well, thank you, Maggie, for your time. I really appreciate it. And you look terrific.
Thank you.
I always ask this of the ladies if they're cool with it. If you wouldn't mind doing a quick flex for me.
Okay, I don't use biceps, but hey, how's this?
Looking good. Yeah. Look terrific.
And
Thank
this.
you.
Thank
Yeah. Your pecs are looking good too. You look amazing.
you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. And I'll try to get this posted tomorrow at the latest, and I'll tag you as soon as I get it posted and stuff. But I appreciate your time and best wishes on your show too at the Sasquatch. That's gonna be a great show for
Thank
you.
you. I'm excited. I really am excited.
Yeah, I remember last year Julia Monroe, who she competed at the Legions with Susan in the last year, but then before she did Legions, in women's physique, Julia had also done Sasquatch Pro as figure pro.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I don't think she won it. She got like second, I think, or third maybe, but yeah, I think women's physique was probably better for her anyway.
Was she
So
in the Masters or?
no, she's too young. I think
Oh, okay.
she's 30 something, I think.
Oh, cool.
But
Good.
yeah, and then but yeah, no, I remember that Sasquatch was a really good show, and there was a lot of really quality competitors there too. So
Really? I'm
yeah,
excited. I really am excited to try this. I'm excited for the week.
yeah, no, it's gonna be great. I definitely will be rooting for you. So yeah, best wishes to you.
Thank you.
Well, thank you so much, Maggie. It's good speaking with you, and I'll be in touch.
All right. Thank you very much.